Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Player Hater Gaming channel. My name is Brandon Ross. I am your host and game master for tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn. I'm going to just keep talking for a minute until I can get a thumbs up our audio is good, because as with us, if you know, I got the thumbs up. Thank you very much. It's not a PhD stream until something goes wrong.
It's
But
true.
hopefully we can narrow those down and give you guys a whole lot of fun tonight. Before we get into our session, we are going to go over some quick announcements. If you have not done so, please head over to our link tree where we have organized an incredible list where you can find all the places where we have ourselves and the things that we do. It has our Instagram, it has our X, it has our YouTube, along with our Discords, which we have two. The first one we're going to talk about is the official Player Hater Gaming Discord, where you can come, share memes, talk life, come hang out, build a fun community, and play D&D. And if you need more D&D, well, we got a place for you. Mav, our resident rogue paladin, our dragonborn, the rock, the captain, the ship, the man who makes it happen.
That's very debatable. I feel really. Somebody needs to check his freaking.
Check his resume.
Yeah.
Check his resume. I think that's wrong. That all has to be wrong. Anyway.
We noticed a 7-year break here. What is that? Oh, I was in jail. I mean.
And the wise words of Captain Breeze: if you have no proof, the deed was not done by me. Anyway, moving on. Now, you want to go play D&D. You have nowhere to go. Join us in Ashirma. We will definitely teach you how to play. We will tell you how to praise the dice gods for them to bless your dice and move on, even though sometimes they still decide to go, I don't like you, and just shaft you for the rest of the day. It's okay. We understand the pain. We've been there. On top of that, you want to be a DM. You want to be one of those people who actually, I would say, ruin, but in a playful tone, you know? You may have ended up accidentally knocking a player unconscious and almost deal double damage in one hit with a swarm of rats. This did not happen. There's no proof of that. I did not do that on Saturday. Nope, not at all.
Was it recorded?
But there is no such recording out to the public, so therefore, no. But, like I said, if you want to learn how to play, by all means, also join us. We will teach you how to create an encounter, create a storyline in order to give you that creative meal that you've been dying to have, that you didn't know that you wanted until now. So, join us in Ashirma, either as a player or as a DM. We always welcome you. Experienced, none, we will teach you everything. So, see you there. Praise the dice gods.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Aside from that, we also have a lovely way to use our channel points. One of them is to give a bit of assistance to our players. So, who needs help dice? They can hold
I
up to
always need help die.
Same.
3. Same.
All of us
Okay.
do.
Y'all, these players need your help. And for pennies of channel points, you too can sponsor your own adventurer and make sure they can survive their next D20 roll.
We need
Won't
that Sarah
you
McLaughlin song in the background.
Someone start humming it slowly. Don't you just want to give a little bit?
I can't even do it with a straight face.
In the arms of your channel points, give them guidance
I love
from
that.
these old horrible dice rolls.
Hey, you're speaking to me directly.
amazing.
I was looking
That's
right at you on my
amazing.
screen when I said that.
Production clip that. We're gonna put that up on TikTok.
Yep, perfect. Seriously, use your channel points. That's what they're there for, to help the party and have fun, including having fun. We're down to like almost all the deck situation is almost used up. I think I'll probably have something special happens once the entire deck is on the stack. Maybe I'll just randomly pull one here and there. I'm not really sure. Let me go see how many we have in waiting still.
Hey, Brandon.
Yes. Did you
You
buy
need to pull
one?
that. I think you do. Yeah.
Okay. Wait until I can know I have enough.
That's what happened last week.
I still have 27,000 points to use. I need to use them on something.
Well, then start pulling cards because we're out of cards. That was it.
Dang.
At least for this deck.
That is true. He has
For this one,
he has to create another 3, so just that way there's enough.
could always make another 12. Yeah.
Exactly. 12? No, that was 6.
We had
Did
6.
we have 12?
I had
They're
12.
supposed to be 12. We've used all 6. Yeah.
Oh,
We
damn.
used
Gone through a
6,
lot.
but we now have 7 in reserves.
Well, shit.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
So get the pulling.
Get to pulling.
That's,
Jeez.
phrasing. Do what you
Yeah,
wish.
phrasing.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Use a
There's-
card. Use.
There's two. We've used 2. Hey, Rod, high five. High
Oh
five.
my god.
We had the same brain cell today.
Yes.
I was
I'm
debating on it the
so
entire already.
Happy
So.
about this.
Yes, this is exactly what we need when descending into the Shattered Temple. We need a deck of
Yep.
situations card.
Does everybody? Well,
Can't wait.
the public doesn't know, but I did make a joke. Well, last night during stream, of we're going into the depths, and then Brandon joins me and goes, "Oh, should that be the tease for tomorrow?" I'm like, "Yeah." And then today, I just went into the unknown because that is where we're going. Because none of us know shit.
I love it. Well, aside from that, we also, real quick, we do have our lovely schedule. So, as you all know, of course, you're here. We have D&D Wednesday nights. But I strongly encourage you to check out the other times that we stream because we have a variety of incredible people. When they're not being players here, they are so much fun to watch. I may not always say something, but I promise I'm lurking and listening because some of you help me get through meetings I don't want to be in.
You're welcome.
That's fair.
You're very welcome for that.
There is Saturday PhD Plays at 1 p.m. Central Standard Time. Just a fun place. Grab some games, we grab some people, and they have fun.
We did an
And-
escape room last week, and we're gonna force other players to also do the escape room this weekend. So
Ooh, nice.
And by the way, there are a total of 5 games in that series. We only did game 1.
Oh, nice.
Which I still think is funny, the fact that we did the first one in about an hour and a half, trying to figure it all out. Then the second playthrough was 25 minutes.
That's how it works.
Nice.
We just looked at each other, we're like, how?
Huh?
It was beautiful.
Sunday, we have the lovely Nyx and Nutmeg going through their play of Baldur's Gate 3.
We'll see how Zon and Red do in the Underdark.
True. It's Underdark time.
Yep.
It is.
Oh man. Underdark, Undercloud. What a coincidence how
No
that's just lining
chance.
up.
Wow.
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 And then of course Tuesday we'll be with Mav Hunter again in
That
the
was
depths.
yesterday. But yeah.
Next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday is me.
Yep.
Well, next Tuesday is you.
new schedule hasn't come out yet.
I can't read. I'm sorry.
It's been a long day.
It's okay.
And a long day.
Long day.
For pennies a
It's
day,
been a long
you
week.
too can fund my Hooked on Phonics to where I need to learn how to read better.
With
Listen,
pennies a day, you
I'm-
too can make sure he has enough crayons to survive the week.
Brandon and I will pick a time. I'm literally training to become a reading tutor. This is going to be my job. We can make this happen.
Just don't get that. What was that old one with the demonic sounding voice from the 80s? What is it?
Oh,
Speak
God.
and Spell or something?
Speak and Spell,
Yeah. Remember,
F-A-R.
with all of your pennies and nickels, Asha can make sure she has enough crayons to keep his attention on the on how to actually read and speak properly.
Speaking
You
of
need it
reading
too?
and speaking properly, don't forget
Probably, yeah.
you can read. read your way over to Spotify, iTunes, and make sure you check out our Friday Night D&D podcast. It is a fun project we have with a different set of people and voices who are enjoying the experiences of low level within the realms that I write. One of them here is a player.
Hi. It's so much fun. Honestly, I listen to it on my drive into work and I re-listen to them and remember, oh shit, that's what happened. And then I see the connections. I'm like, oh shit, I need to remember that. And then I forget it. But good thing there's a podcast.
This is not a paid advertisement.
Nope. Exactly. Not getting paid for any of this. No.
Alrighty then. Everything out of the way, I think we're good to go ahead and get into tonight's episode of Tales of the Skytorn. In the year 208 PT, a world once grounded by tradition and mystery was forever altered. The events leading to the tearing and uprooting of the lands have faded into legend, leaving us with a mystifying era known only as Post-Torn. Player Hater Gaming welcomes you to the realm of Ulthana, where our journey takes us high above the clouds, into a realm of wonder and peril, a world composed of dozens of floating islands, each a unique culture unto itself, safe from the dangers lurking below. In this world of soaring islands and untold mysteries, danger lurks in every corner. Heroes and adventurers are born out of necessity, for the unknown has a way of finding its way into even the most tranquil of places. Meet our heroes who will shape the destiny of the Skytorn realm. Dracix, the unlikely but unyielding paladin, a beacon of virtue and strength. Red, the talented sorceress, wielding the elements with unmatched prowess. Eva, the warlock, possesses supernatural prowess, fueled by a pact of unknown origin and intent. Lovikazan, the indomitable barbarian, a force of nature and raw power. And lastly, the Doctor, the masterful wizard, unlocking the secrets of the arcane with every incantation. These 5 souls, each with their own path, will converge in a tale of adventure, wonder, and intrigue. Join them as they explore uncharted territories and uncover the secrets of this realm. Welcome to Tales of the Skytorn.
An orphan.
Welcome back, everybody. Last episode, and the leading sessions up to this, the party has been making their way upon the Cloud Ocean for a particular location known as the Shattered Temple. While their journey was certainly not boring, they were thankfully, their ship was not destroyed and no one was permanently harmed. Once they arrived at their destination, they found that the means to egress into the Cloud Ocean would not be as cut and dry as lowering a rope and hoping it was long enough. After going down 150, 200 feet?
240.
240 feet. Levikazan, the barbarian, didn't see anything except a incredible kind of reverse effect of snowblind, to where being within the Cloud Ocean, even with dark vision, it is just having consistent gray everywhere that you can't see. After making a friend, she was pulled back to the surface, and there was a bit of debate about how they would get down there. Before the device that had led them there, a small golden coin, slowly began to move itself of its own will across the ship, falling off the navigator's tabor and down the steps. It was picked up by the doctor, who, with his unique eye for the arcane, to everyone's surprise, I'm pretty sure, just hucked it off the side of the ship to where it stopped, level with the cloud ocean, and expelled outward a sphere of space and a very thin platform of bright arcane energy formed. Everyone gathering their packs and a child and anything they may need in a rapid manner, all of you stood upon the platform.
Leaving behind Bob.
Leaving behind Bob to wander aimlessly. For 24 hours, he will clean
He will clean and keep watch.
and keep watch. At the 24th hour and 1 minute, he will become a hostile skeleton upon an anchored ship.
He will still do his job, keeping people away from it.
Yep. Plus, considering where you are in the Cloud Ocean, it's not a ton of traffic.
It was a precaution.
No, of course. Just reassuring the mind of the captain.
That's the reason why the child is coming with, because I'm not leaving her with a hostile skeleton.
Nope.
With the command given, the coin as the centerpiece of this platform began to descend into the Cloud Ocean. It was quickly apparent that this 20-foot wide sphere of space was going to be a consistent element throughout this trip. As you began to descend, there was just a faint bit of light coming from the runes, enough to illuminate the 20-foot sphere that all of you can see through the sphere. It's almost like it's not there, just some invisible force is keeping a spherical shape around this platform.
I'm casting Mage Armor.
Okay.
Same. Same
You all
though.
watch as first, like this quick shimmer of this arcane plate mail image seems to pass over the doctor, and kind of Red kind of sees it and just nods, and the same thing happens to her.
It is fair. That's how it should be.
Mhm. As the device begins to move further and deeper into the Cloud Ocean, what do you all do?
Doc is going to do his best to try and gauge the distance.
Make an intelligence check.
23. Do I gauge the distance?
23. Yeah, you're able to kind of. Thankfully, there is some light here, so you'll actually watch as kind of layers of the clouds are going, and you do your best to try and count and watch. You feel you've got a pretty good grasp how far you're going.
Okay. Sounds like we can keep track of how far down we are.
Yeah.
And once we hit 500 feet, Doc will mark that as like the point of he can't teleport us back to the ship.
Okay.
Or in essence, as Drac has already called it, the point of no return.
Red's going to be kind of on the lookout for anything unusual, any dark shadows in the clouds around them.
Okay. It's probably a bit eerie because the light stops as soon as it hits the clouds because
Okay.
it can't penetrate them.
Cool. Yep, never mind.
But at least down here, the clouds are still white-ish color, just very dark.
Drac just kind of like puts his hand almost to like where he imagines the wall
Mhm.
and just very gently goes as close to it as possible to see if there is one as a precaution.
Okay. Do you try to reach your hand past it?
His claw will just go past, as if like he's in essence just going like this. He's just like, there's a wall here, there's a wall here, there's a wall here, and it's just like
You've reached a point where you think there should be some
the tip of his claw goes
real force that you
forward.
could feel.
Mhm.
But as you press through, you watch as your claw begins to leave a little bit of like a V trail in the clouds.
At that moment, he just pulls his hand back just in case.
Mhm.
And he's just like, and takes also about 5 steps back and just stays closer to the group. He's just like, don't go to the edge. That's my suggestion. Even though Red probably saw it because she's just like, what is the crazy man doing?
But she's super observant anyhow, so.
Yeah. So he just walks right back. Just goes, yep, we're just gonna stay here in the center. Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yep.
The rest of you?
I think Zon's probably just like at the edge, just kind of like watching, seeing if there's land, seeing if her friend's there. That's about it.
Okay. Eva?
Is it actually like? Well, actually, I mean, 2 questions. What time
Sure.
of day is it, roughly?
Oh gosh, I think you guys had arrived here shortly after breakfast.
Mhm.
So after
Mhm.
some
Okay.
escapades here and there, you're not quite to lunch yet. I'd say it's probably like 11-ish.
So was On Speak with Animals still be active?
No.
Yeah. It lasts an hour.
An hour or 10 minutes?
Takes 20 minutes
It
to cast.
takes 10 to cast. It's an hour to stay up.
Oh, then yes.
Yay. Do you guys want me to call for my friend?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm,
Drax's
No.
first words, say no.
He's not mean.
No.
No.
Don't
No.
need to scare the child.
I don't think she'll find it scary, but okay.
Drax is
then-
also leading with the don't scare the child. Internally, he's just like, I don't want to see what the legends are made of. I don't want to see what the legends are made of.
Second question: are we still basically snowblind at this point?
Out to the sphere, yes. Like the space inside here is clear. You can see just fine. But as soon as
But
you
nothing outside of it.
sphere, yeah.
It would not be worth it. Damn. I could probably
Getting-
clear out the cloud, but I want to save that 4th level that I have.
Red kind of gets a wild hair and
Oh,
checks on her egg. Is it doing anything? Or is it just existing in her pack?
Egg?
Urn.
Oh, urn.
Yeah.
Right here. Okay.
No, she did say egg. He said egg.
Okay.
Technically, for Phoenix,
You,
Urn would be kind of
do you
considered.
reach for it or do you actually pull it out?
She will reach for it and see if there's anything weird going on with it.
As you grab it, there is a warm sensation upon its surface.
Right, so we're definitely in the right place. My urn is getting a bit. What the hell is that?
Does Drac recognize that sound?
Roll a nature check.
Oh no!
And does Zon understand what it's being said?
Yes.
That is an 11.
An 11? You,
Because we did see like a
Yeah.
cloud whale, a couple of like.
You're not you don't get a much, but you know it is definitely a much larger whale-like species.
Great.
What is it saying?
Hey. Yeah.
It's a
I'm
conversation.
hungry. I'm
There's just two very high whales.
Basically, they're having a conversation about, I'm not finding much food here. Are you finding much food here? No, I'm not finding much food here either. And it's just very long, drawn out conversation of that.
Yep.
And then they decide they're going to move on.
Oh, we don't have to worry about them so long as, they don't overhear you guys. They're just hungry for now. I can't find anything for now.
They move right past the sphere. I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw.
No!
You're all within 10 feet of me. Wait, is the platform 10 feet wide?
It's 20 feet across.
20 feet
Oh,
across?
yeah. She's
So-
huddled in the
Anyways,
The
center.
question is, how
She-
closely grouped are all of you?
She's huddled in the center for sure.
Okay.
Like, just ding
Yeah. So everybody add 4.
to
So,
your dexterity save.
question.
Mm.
Mhm.
Danger sense. Probably because I can't see it, I don't have advantage.
Oh, God.
Correct.
Oh god, I have to roll for the child.
Yep.
But she has a plus 4
No.
too.
Does she get any base bonuses or no? 'Cause
Base 10
being-
stats, isn't she?
Being a
Yeah.
child, I'm going to go with no.
Cool.
All right. Trackix.
23.
Success. Luvikazan.
15.
Success. Red.
15.
Success. Eva.
Base 16, regardless of how close she is to Drakix.
Okay. Success. Cassandra.
2.
Plus
Doctor.
4 to 6. 10.
10. Okay. Doctor and Cassandra get knocked a kilter and are thrown 1 foot to the left. They are knocked prone, but they are not knocked off the platform.
I had a contingency just in case, but
But
did
there
too.
is a bit of a hefty jostle of this magical platform.
Okay, she's fine. That's all that matters. Drac was not thinking of flying out to go get her.
I mean, if her and Doc fell off the same direction, Doc could have got them both out of the platform.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so
Good point.
we good? We going? What do we?
It's still descending.
Stay towards the center, obviously.
Keep your hands and feet inside the vehicle at all times. Please do not cross over the yellow line unless you wish to lose a member.
I'm going to leave that one alone.
It was worded intentionally.
Drac at this point just sits directly in his like as close to the center as possible, and just like I'm gonna stay here, just acts as an anchor for anybody else.
$600 feet. Platform continues without issue.
So, what are we gonna do when we get down there?
Depends on if we can see or not, doesn't it?
We're going to do what we always do, son.
Fuck around and
Fuck
find
around,
out.
find out.
As well as plunder to our hearts. Wait, no. Technically, I can't plunder. God damn it all.
Yeah.
700 feet.
This is Doc announcing it every time he hits the milestone of 100 feet.
Yep.
So, how far do you think it is?
1,000?
No idea.
800 feet.
Someone's gonna start recasting Speak with Animals. Just re-up it.
Okay. $900 feet. Doc, you're uncertain exactly how far past 900 feet this device goes. But
Okay.
you know you've gotten to 900. You're pretty sure about the 950. Somewhere around 950-ish, you notice it begins to slow its descent.
Okay. Well, slowing down at least, so we're closer.
Right.
It's good.
Okay.
Mild curiosity in Drax's eye. He starts to see if like he could see the physical coin in the center of the platform.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do anything yet, but he's just like, "Can we take it with us?" He doesn't. It's like that's the only like quick thought, but immediately afterwards he just stops thinking it. He's like, "No. Let me not cause any chaos. Wait till we get on our 2 feet on the ground, and then try to see." Yes, that's the plan.
Just out of curiosity, how warm is her urn now? Same-ish?
It's getting a bit warmer.
Perhaps someone should hold the other things that are in my pack so it doesn't get
Tractix,
ruined?
as you're looking down at the coin,
Mm-hmm.
you can see through the translucent runes that make the platform you're all standing on. And you watch as at the very bottom of the sphere, a small pinprick of light comes through. And it grows. Larger and larger. As you notice, the sphere you are in is overlapping with some other barrier-like shape.
I think we're almost there. And as he says that, he also opens the bag of holding towards Red, so that way she can just like dump in everything else into it.
Yeah. She's going to put everything in there that's not the urn, but she's still going to keep the broom of flying on her back.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a diamond in her pocket.
Okay. The platform you're standing on passes through another sphere, a much larger one. As you are all greeted, I gotta blink your eyes for a minute because it's almost like you are in.
Oh, so it's like going from like
Right.
really bright, like really dark to like a really bright light.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You're not sure what the source of this light is, because looking down, you appear to be somewhere near one of the tallest points of whatever sphere you are now inside of.
Mm-hmm.
And to put into context how large this space is, if you took something similar to, let's say, the Borealis farmstead
Mm-hmm.
and sectioned it off, that is how large this area is.
Okay.
You look down and you can see there is what appears to be a very large lake surrounded by hills and jagged like mountainous shapes all along the outside. You can see that while there are no structures on the water, there is, it's not too hard to see from this point, buildings and structures all along the ring that is the lake.
Do they look like houses where people would live, or do they look like, I don't know, can we tell from here what kind of building they are?
From here, and what you can see is that most of these appear to be stone. There is some wood, but as the platform descends, it is beginning to take a bit of a route towards one particular area. In that area, it as you're looking at it, it's a little hard to make out. But as you get closer, you realize, one, the scope of the place. Two, there are people. They're on the lake. They're on vessels that hold their weight. They seem to be fishing. There is also things flying through the sky. And while they aren't uncommon, you haven't seen this many birds in one place.
Are they unusual looking birds?
I won't say they're unusual looking. They're definitely probably a bit different hues here and there, but in
Okay.
general, you can deduce, well, they're bird-like creatures.
Are they
Some
similar
bit-
to the birds we would have seen when we were in the other dimension?
They're a bit more tropical.
Okay.
So they have these bright, vibrant colors to them.
Alright,
Well, that's
looks-
not what I was expecting.
Getting chickens. Weird. Because there has to be chickens. There has to be chickens on the on the
Medicinal
islands.
chickens.
They're regular chickens on the islands, and he sees them. He's just like skinny ones.
I didn't have living inhabitants on my bingo card.
As the platform comes down,
Uh-huh.
it begins to make its way to one side to where there is a lot more of these stone ruins, knocked over pillars, half destroyed locations and structures. And there is one that has almost like a ziggurat, maybe about 20 feet high. And the coin stops just a few inches above there. And then you watch as very, very slowly the runes, starting on the outside, begin to disappear.
This is our stop, y'all.
All right. Everybody off.
Make sure you grab our way out.
Right.
Drac is going to reach for the coin after everybody steps off.
There is a few moments to where there's more of these runes. They seem to be shrinking into the coin.
Okay, so he just waits for that to finish and grabs the coin.
Then,
And he'll hold it and say, okay, we just gotta figure this thing out later. Holding the coin, making sure that
as you reach down with your claw to pick it up, it does not move.
It stays there.
We could always probably get a different way back up, maybe. Either way, if it's not moving for you, it's not moving for anybody else.
I mean, are you sure?
And
Do you want to try red?
Drac is immediately looking at Red and be like, this is about you.
Fine, right. And she will reach for the coin.
Doesn't move.
Right, it's not moving for anyone.
Okay, then. I can leave it alone for now.
Probably just going to stay here until we need our way back, and then we just say magic words or something.
would Doc know if it can be reactivated or not? I did cast Identify on it.
You did. There is a command word you were given.
Okay.
Okay.
Maybe
Right.
let's
Good
not
enough.
use it now in case we have to, use it to get out.
Right. So what's our contingency plan for other people being here?
Didn't quite plan for that.
No.
No, we don't
Not
even
at
know
all.
what we're
See
planning
if they're
to
not
do.
hostile first. Go come in
Uh,
peace.
So we're currently like right in front of the ziggurat, right?
You're on top of it,
On top of it. Okay.
where you landed.
Right. Has anyone else noticed that we're here?
I'll be surprised if they didn't.
I mean, fair.
Drac already starts to walk down.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Red's going.
Okay.
Mhm.
All of you go.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. Down here, and as you look around, there is. Let me think here. Not you. Actually, yeah. Everyone give me a history check.
History. My
Of course, you
favorite.
want one of my donuts.
Yeah, we're re-rolling that with a sorcery point.
Never mind. I will take that.
Where's my sorcery?
Oh, nice,
points?
Dragon.
Nice. Doctor?
20 total.
Eva?
10.
Red?
Dirty 20.
Drackix?
Natural 20.
Dang,
biggest
okay.
18.
18. That's everyone asked for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay.
Except for Cassandra, obviously. But
Doctor.
We should have Cassandra roll it. Just to
I haven't
see
taught
all
her
the
anything that
stuff she
relate to this.
knows.
She wouldn't even get a chance to roll.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we hadn't gone over this stuff
So,
Yeah.
Doctor, Red,
Hmm.
and Levikazan with your 20-18. And then Drackix with your natural 20. You get it out just a hair faster than anybody else can. You're like, these runes look a lot like the ones on the Dreamer's Temple. As you look around, and you see there is familiar elements from the same type of carvings that was at the Dreamer's Temple. It's not all things that are reminiscent of the Great King, but there are motifs of it intertwined with a creature that seems to only have the upper body of a humanoid, and its legs are just depicted as a bit like a wisp of a smoke or a fog. There is a creature clearly depicted as a dragon. There are creatures as very large avian phoenix type.
Right.
Are any of the runes in Draconic? Just to...
They are not.
Okay.
Are there any language any of us could read?
Right. Because
They
she's got
are-
a plethora.
They are mostly in common, but it's
Okay.
not so much their runes to read, but more just identifiers.
Okay. So in essence, here is the temple of whatever.
Right, yeah, it's like
Right.
just like partial pieces, or even
Mhm.
things like, you see, we give worship to, and it cuts off.
Mm-hmm.
And, you like, praise be, and then that brick is broken. Things like that.
So anything that looks like a shattered temple? Does it all look like a shattered temple? Got it.
As you look around, there's a line from a movie that I love them very much, and it was, I didn't know men could build such things, from Gladiator. And as you look around, as all as you look around, you've seen great marvels of incredible things. But to not be restricted, and you all kind of had this thought, especially with History Check 20s, I'll give this to you easily. You all have this thought. If we weren't restricted by the weight magic could hold, what wonders we could build, what wonders we have built.
Is any of this clicking, jarring any memories for Red at all?
As you focus in on that part, Red,
Yeah.
make a wisdom saving.
Of course, of course. My favorite.
Remember, you have a +4.
I mean, that's also fair,
Plus
but
four.
I don't think that's going to help much because that would, even with the +4, that's a 14.
And you do also have a D4. He hasn't said anything
That's
yet. You can roll it.
That's also true. I will roll that d4. Oh, 17.
17?
Yes.
Okay. So you don't pass out.
Oh, great. Thanks.
Not gonna lie.
But-
That's what I was hoping for.
Looking around, there's just like absolute Mike Tyson level haymakers to your brain of quick flashes of memory. Just wham! One of a life you had where it was an incredible place. You're not sure when or where, but you were free, you were happy. Wham! Another one where you are in a dark room in your humanoid form. You don't recognize humanoid form by any means, but you know it's you.
Mhm.
And conversing with somebody, and you shake a hand. When your hands touch, wham! Again, you find yourself in a different form, in a very familiar 6 golden walled cube with various runes around it. Wham! You're back to yourself.
I would imagine she's probably kind of like clutching at her head,
That is
bent
all
over
on
just
you.
a little
You
bit.
succeeded
Yeah.
your wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
You may
But
react as you see
still,
fit.
yeah. She's probably bent over just a little bit. Not like curled up in a ball by any means, but like kind of at least leaning forward with her hands on her head like this, like she's trying to make sense of everything she saw. Well, we're definitely in the right place.
Is anyone approaching us?
You don't see any movement yet.
No movement. Okay.
As in,
Anything that looks like it could be a cube building?
As you look around, a lot of these places have been destroyed, broken open, things like that.
Right.
There could be something that leads further underground or under one of these.
Right.
I wouldn't call it a mountain, but certainly like a sharp upward angle of stone and rock.
Okay.
That's not man-made.
Okay.
It does look like some of the bits of it were purposely jutted into it. You're not sure if maybe rubble is currently blocking a path deeper or if that's just where it ended.
Right. So everything looks familiar and nothing looks familiar. Shall we do a little bit of exploring?
I guess so.
We could talk to the people first and
Right.
see what they can tell us.
I'd imagine
Maybe
if they did see us, someone would come here to meet us, and
Mhm.
good chance it could be armed. So
And perhaps,
or they're just not used to looking up because nothing ever comes down. So
that's
right.
also possible.
And perhaps be a little bit cautious in revealing secrets.
Mhm.
At least until we know if
Just
they
say,
would be friendly about that or not.
well, it's clear we're from the cloud side, so
Right.
Anyone with a passive perception of 14 or higher,
Yep.
yes.
I can finally see stuff.
you hear, probably about 20 feet off to your left, you hear a couple of stones and rocks fall to the ground. Like,
Looking over at where it fell.
Oh yeah. Looking over, trying to figure out what's going on.
Drac also looks.
as you look over, you can see there is a humanoid creature standing there watching you all. And he has this kind of light blue hair, there's a bit of a darker blue complexion to his skin tone. And you can see he's wearing very simple clothing as he's kind of like leaned a bit too far out from where he was hiding. His hand slipped. He's just stopped moving. He's just like staring, just
Doc will go look over. Hello? We don't mean any harm. Can you understand what I'm saying?
yep.
Cool. Well, clearly, as you can tell, we're new here.
Which you probably don't
Yep.
hear very often.
Not really.
Right.
Yeah.
Jack is just gonna look over and be like, "How about instead of looking scared and worried that we're gonna do something to you, as we have no reason to, why don't you just get closer so that we can actually have a proper conversation?"
Make a persuasion.
Ooh.
He's supposed to be good at these.
He's a
Right.
paladin.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be good at these. That's a 15.
That's
That's
not
good.
bad.
15.
Good.
That's not bad.
Kind of waits a moment. Okay. And you see as he stands upright, kind of fixes the very simple vest he has on, no undershirt. And he reaches down and grabs something and slings it over his shoulder. You can see it's just a bag. And he walks over. Hi.
Hello. I'm the doctor. These are my friends. Miss Red, Miss Eva, Miss Vilvikazon, and Captain Drakix.
Cass is just staring at this blue-skinned creature.
And young Cassandra.
And as he's standing there, you notice that his hair is always just a little wispy.
Mhm.
Like he has a natural breeze, always like Fabioing him, just consistently.
So, above game, I know what that is.
Mhm.
In game, what
I
she...
I actually, yeah, I was going to ask because we have seen an Air Genasi
Yeah.
because
We have.
my
So-
backup character is one.
Those of you that were in the tavern that night, you're like, that's a fucking hair genasi.
Well, hell.
What do you call this place?
Well, I certainly don't call it home, but it is home to many people. Shattered Temple, Rock's
Right.
Respite, the home beneath the clouds that no one knows of. At least, no one's supposed to know of, but
Well, technically everyone knows of it, but it's a legend.
no one knows where it is. That's what
That's
it is.
it, yes.
Thanks.
Right.
How
You-
did you...
Um,
And he
Magic.
quickly spans the distance between you and him, Doctor. He just looks at you.
Mhm.
Do you have a coin?
We do.
Does it work?
It did.
It did. Yeah.
It's currently locked in place.
Yeah, that happens.
There's
R-
probably only needs getting back.
So are you saying that you got down here with a coin and now you can't get back?
Yeah, I came across a coin some time ago. Never put much stock into it, but one day I was happened to be nearby and
Right.
check it out.
Oh.
And been stuck here ever since.
Ah,
Who do you call home then?
yes.
I call home. I am from the Scarskip cluster.
Do
That
we
is
know where
fine.
that is?
Dragon's might.
Drakix has heard of it. That'd be about the only one.
Yeah. I was
That's
saying
like far out there, right? That's just like
Oh yeah, it's basically a lot of islands. It's very very small, like maybe.
Wait. I do know this one because I sent a letter out there.
You did,
So-
yeah.
Yeah.
This is one of the islands that isn't a single piece. It's a bunch of pieces basically chained together, and they float.
Oh, I have.
Basically, it's the junkyard scrapyard of the islands.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, jeez.
I
I feel
have,
like Drac would end up
friends.
calling it. Oh, you mean the junkyard? Got it.
Oh, you've been there.
Well,
No.
I have friends who call it home now too. So
Oh, nice.
Uh,
Doesn't help me.
I know of it. I've never been there. It's kind of was out of my way, but I do know of it.
Yeah.
So
This is what
how
I get
many?
for my treasure hunting.
Right. So how many actual inhabitants are here, as opposed to people who just kind of blundered their way down here?
Oh, not many people find their way down here.
Right.
There's not a lot of those things that get you down here. And everybody has their own legends. Oh, it finds you when you need it to. I'll tell you how to get the hell out of here.
Right. Unfortunate.
well, there's a. Do you still have your coin or know where it is? It should say.
No, it's He kind of looks around for a minute. And he points to the ziggurat. It's up there somewhere.
Well, there's a command word could have used to reactivate it.
Yeah, I tried that.
Hmm,
Oh.
good to know.
Do you think the locals have any issue if people look around the ziggurat?
No, locals are locals. I mean, they're nice people, but they're a little fanatic-y, if you ask me.
So
Really big into their whole worship thing. So they don't mind you being here. Just
could
Don't
you
interfere.
elaborate on what they are worshiping?
no.
Hmm.
No, because you don't know, or no, because you just don't want to think about it.
A little bit of A, a little bit of B. They're
Mm.
really out there. I promise, they're kind. Too kind. I don't like
Right.
too kind.
You know, you and I both same page there.
Probably
You guys
must
smell
be
that?
what?
What?
It's like
Cinnamon?
yeah.
Yeah.
Right. It happens.
We had
Yeah,
pancakes
don't
earlier.
what?
right.
It's okay. It's perfectly fine.
Hey, listen, if you like that scent, that's you. It's hey, just maybe don't do 3 pumps, only do 2. That is very overpowering right now.
Huh. But it is okay.
Drac just kind of like put his arm over the guy's shoulder. We didn't get your name, and he's gonna start leading him back down to like where everybody else is.
Yeah.
And as he's going, it's like, and also don't mind it. She enjoys the taking a bath and just like using cinnamon as a
Right.
bath salt kind of thing. So therefore, it's perfectly fine. Anyway, what is your name?
He kind of pushes you off a bit. He still goes with you, but he pushes you off of him.
He's perfectly fine. He's trying to distract him from that,
Yeah.
and therefore that was the purpose.
He comes with you. Galen,
Galen, nice to meet you.
make a history check.
Oh shit.
What with advantage?
Just jackets or everybody?
What was that?
Advantage?
Advantage?
Advantage.
Just
Oh,
yeah.
God
Out
damn
of
it.
Oh, no.
curiosity, if Red focuses, can she turn down the cinnamon?
Or is the cinnamon powerful because
No,
of
it just-
everything else?
Right. So while they're off doing that, she will kind of pull Eva aside. Do I smell more than normal?
That's a
Yeah.
10.
Damn it.
10?
I
You've
wish
heard of this guy. You don't know much about him. You know he's not dangerous. You know he's not a murderer. Something definitely like either a thrill seeker or relic hunter. One of those two.
Wait, Galen, you're the treasure hunter or relic seeker?
A bit of A, bit of B. That's why I'm kind of why I'm down here. So I said I found the coin on another dig, and then once I got
That's
here,
who you are. I've recognized your name as well as your
Oh.
profession. I
yeah,
appreciate you.
yeah. What do you?
Right.
What's your name?
Drakix.
He looks at you. He just takes a step back.
Right.
Oh,
That is fair.
Probably checks his pockets.
You see, he's holding. Make an insight check.
I'm
Oh,
not sure if this is a Star Trek reference or a Warhammer
That's a 16.
reference, but I approve.
16.
Uh-huh.
He just got super nervous, super fast.
Mhm.
He
I've
Drax
seen
just
this before.
Jack is gonna look at him and just
We've seen
grin.
this before.
He's
When
gonna
someone
grin and go.
owes you money.
Oh.
So, Galen,
Yeah. Yep. Maybe I can show you around a bit and call it square.
think about it. All right, how about this? You show us around, bring us to the head priest, so we can get some information if it's possible to meet them.
It is. It's just
And-
I'm gonna warn you about something.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't freak out. I know there's none left, but there's one.
Yep.
Well, that won't be a problem for us. We've met quite a few already.
That's perfectly
Yes.
fine. And maybe, if what you help us with satisfies us, if we get out, we'll bring you along.
Deal.
Drac is just going to grasp his hand and then just lightly squeeze it.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't like it, Galen,
Mm-hmm.
you will end up meeting her friend. And he just points to Zahn. And that's all he says. Huh?
That's a large woman.
Oh, trust me.
You should see her with
Her-
watermelons.
Can you say that?
Sorry. Can she hear it? She would say that if she heard it.
That's a good point. He's being pretty quiet.
In all
Okay.
honesty, I'm pretty sure like the party's walking
You have the
behind
same-
them.
You have the same
They're not-
passive I do.
They're not that far apart from each other, from like you guys. So therefore, you probably would have heard this entire
Yeah.
heard
Mhm.
everything.
You hear something under his breath, but you can't quite make out what. Because he speaks it low.
Mm-hmm.
Zahn's just smiling like, hi, they're looking at me.
He quickly turns back and just faces forward.
He's
Did I
like,
do something wrong?
No.
as he
dear.
goes to pat him on the shoulder, he gives on a thumbs up. He goes, yeah, trust me. Anyway.
Seems our cat is more familiar with him than we thought.
Right.
Okay.
You're the
It's-
insurance policy, dear. You're fine.
Right.
Awesome.
Just right. What
So he
again?
turns
While they're
back.
walking, she's gonna keep checking on her urn to see if it's getting warmer and when they go a
seems
different
To
direction. or-
have reached a consistent temperature.
Okay. Super hot. Got it.
Sorry, he turns back like, yes, this is Galen. He's actually a really great relic treasure hunter.
Oh.
And also,
Right.
as a form of payment, he's going to help us by showing us around, giving us the lay of the land, making sure that we're brought up to speed with everything, and help us, if possible, to meet the head priest.
Convenient.
So, do we want to know why he owes you?
He just looks over and just goes, probably best not. just know the fact that if we're not satisfied, Zahn, he gets to meet your friend.
Which one?
Ooh.
Her recent one. And he's just
Oh.
going to pat him on the shoulder. It's like, all right, can you?
Yeah.
It's time for you to be a tour
Good
guide.
host.
Right then. Well, follow me. And he he connects his bag through a leather strap real quick over his shoulder, pulls the flap over, and clips it shut. Right. Well, the area where we are now is apparently at one time it was some kind of a very large, and he looks concerned still, looking over the rubble that is here and everything like that. Large stone structure. Those that believe, and pretty much all the inhabitants of the island that were naturally born here. There's a few of us that have arrived differently, and he kind of gestures towards the Zerot.
Mm-hmm.
No one's figured out how to get back yet, but I think there's maybe 4 of the people that have not natives here, but again, they're kind enough folks, just really, really believe about, they just call it the ritual and the revival.
Mm-hmm.
Something about keeping forces at bay, there must be a consistent tithe. I don't know, I stopped listening.
Interesting.
As he's walking you through like this very... you don't get the sense he's trying to lose you. He's trying to keep himself in a good path to get to society.
Yeah.
But as you're
Okay.
going through it, you're going in and out of what should be outdoor areas at one point to indoor
Mhm.
hallways that are collapsed and fallen over to just pure full buildings that somehow withstand the test. But he's just kind of like walking through them. He's not stopping to look left or right. He just keeps going.
How well lit is the place?
The place itself that has the equivalency of what would be a nice afternoon light.
Okay.
Is it always light here?
No, there's something that happens with the magic of this place, and this is about as bright as it gets, and then slowly it'll get less.
Right.
How long have you been down here?
I've been here about 7 months.
That's an awfully long time to explore.
Yes, it is.
Imagine you probably found 1 or 2 hidden things.
I've found a few things, but mostly I've stopped looking for things of value and started looking for things that can help me get out of here.
Fair enough. So I
Right.
imagine things to get you out of here will also be considered valuable.
Valuable to me.
Well, it's a means of transport at the very least. So
Well, the only transport so far is that damned coin.
well, we're roughly a little over 900 feet below the clouds, by my estimate. About 950.
far.
I lost count around 950 feet.
I lost count around 200.
That does
Right.
not surprise. Drac as they're walking, that does not surprise me.
We can get our elevation up to 500. I can get 2 of us back onto our ship.
That's nice.
So start doing transports that way. But hopefully we find an actual means back.
I hope so. Never seen a group this large arrive.
We were all looking for the temple together.
Right.
You came in search of the
Yes.
What are you looking for?
Mostly just rumors we've heard.
But just try to see if the legends are true. That's all.
Yeah.
Right.
We heard some documents that it's around Beacon Drove. Since
I
they
know
follow
one
its
thing.
trail.
If I get topside, I'm going to tell everybody this place isn't real and save some poor soul from being stuck down here like me.
No, I would have to agree with that. If there's no easy
Right.
means of getting back, there's no point in coming down here.
Certainly not. I'm sure the inhabitants would also appreciate a little bit of...
Privacy?
Right.
Secrecy.
He's actually going to
Certainly.
look over to him like, that's very noble of you.
I wouldn't say noble. I'd say I've been
Considerate?
here suffering long enough.
No, that's just why I said noble, because normally you don't care. So, noble.
He keeps walking.
Right. Is there any place that the inhabitants tend to go often?
Well, where we landed, I wouldn't say it's considered like holy ground, but not a lot
Right.
go there. Typically, their worship is there, and he points forward as he's bringing you guys around this very large lake. You can see there is a single white marble pillar. It's probably about 30 feet tall and about 10 feet in thickness.
That's certainly large.
Yes, that as we get closer, you'll see. And what the big deal is about it, I guess. I don't really know. I can read it, but
Right.
reading and believing, two different things.
Right.
There.
And after probably about 20, 30 minutes of zigzagging and moving through this very large area, you finally there's like a hard break of stone and rubble ground to just grass.
Drac is going to look to Doc at this point to be like, are we going to have another dream event, do you think?
Are you looking at me and you don't say that?
He just
Or-
gives you the look. He's just like, and then he steps over. He's just like, this is going to be fun. Takes the step over, and he's already expecting just like another test.
As you leave this area for another, nothing happens.
He does let out a breath of fresh air at that moment. It's like, oh, okay. He continues on.
Okay.
Though, okay, we might have something happen while we're asleep.
Right.
Drac just looks over and just like, why?
Well,
You do remember I don't sleep, right?
Uh-huh.
Some of
We
us don't
do.
dream either.
Well, I only say that because the structure is very similar to a particular structure we've all seen. And Doc's saying this in kind of like quieted tone, so our new friend isn't here.
So are we headed
After-
towards the pillar?
yes, you have
Okay.
to pass by it because basically the bulk of this place is a lake. And
Okay.
then it's just the outer rim that is a bit of land and then directly into sharp, jagged, looks like almost like peaks of a mountain.
Got it. Okay.
As it gets closer, you can see the ground around it in a circle is kept well trimmed. And there's actually little benches you could sit on, or you see some people that are just sitting on the ground staring towards it. Their eyes are closed.
What race are these people?
They appear to be humanoid.
Okay.
Can Red read any of it? She speaks several languages.
This particular one, it is in Sylvan.
Nope. Okay.
Does anybody speak Sylvan?
I'm out.
I'm only half proficient in Elvish.
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Just Celestial, Common, Draconic, Elvish, and half
As you get to it,
proficiency in
he keeps like a maybe like 5 foot distance as he
Welsh.
kind of sees people looking, and then look back again, and they just smile and wave.
Drac just waves back awkwardly. He's like, eh.
And you see
He's-
Galen like puts his back to most of the people and looks at you guys. Oh yeah, they're fairly friendly. Just smile.
Smile and wave, boys and girls.
And
Smile.
he'll turn and gesture towards the pillar. Well, there it is. He kind of looks over the party. You can see he's like looking to see if anybody can read it.
Drac immediately just goes inside. Wait, you said you could read it, right?
I can. Can any of you?
Nope.
No, can you translate it for us,
No.
please?
I can.
And Drac just looks at him, just goes, remember,
I do remember.
you help us, we get you out if we find a way out.
I
And
do.
I will keep my promise.
And he'll turn and look at it with his arms crossed. Well, it's a story. A lot of us hear it in school, but it seems to be a more accurate retelling. And you can see on it now, you can see there are 3 very distinct shapes. There is a large winged bird. There is a humanoid creature with no legs. And there is a dragon. Here, I guess if anyone is of religious questioning, is basically the Holy Grail and Testament of some barrier that's keeping horrible evil forces at bay. According to this, an incredibly powerful Jinn Dragon and Phoenix were able to give up their immortality and turn it into a consistent and ever refreshing and reviving barrier that keeps some ancient horrible thing at bay. Me, just another religious relic. But you do this job long enough, you kind of wonder fact from fiction, religion from fairy tale.
Well, you've been away for 7 months. There's a few things that have happened above clouds.
It's been 7 months.
Mhm.
And Reese is preparing for a war, potentially.
Oh, gosh. I knew that place was going to be trouble.
Oh, it's...
I never
Dragon's
took a job
just
there.
been-
I promise. I never took a job for them.
We didn't either.
That's good.
Well,
Just for one god.
Technically.
one of us didn't, per se.
Right.
Kind of narrows his eyes to you, Drakix.
I found out some secrets. I got onto the island. I got up
expect
before the
nothing
taxman
less.
found me.
Oh, you're alive?
I also may have accidentally or on purpose, nobody will ever know, sunk 2 Reese ships.
3.
3,
Three,
you're
yeah.
right.
Right.
Three.
You're right. Well, I say 2 myself,
Well-
and you guys would help me out with the others.
Yes, we did blow up
Right.
the third one.
Oh,
I will say this though, as
that's why you're here. And he looks at
as a
Drakix.
as a friend to a friend,
Hmm?
if you ever see somebody with a black blade,
Yeah.
haul your ass out of there as fast as possible and never, ever let it nick your skin.
Noted.
You said there are 3 here? Dragon, Phoenix, Jin?
Yes.
Interesting. Nobody's seen a Jin in forever, Phoenix in forever. Hell, we don't even know if dragons still exist.
Looks at Jack.
Oh, they exist.
Dragon, not overgrown lizard.
Oh no. They're around.
Wait, you've seen where? We actually had to help the cloud trading company with a
Recent
a
find.
dig of theirs recently. That was a dragon temple.
He kind of isn't leaning against the. Obviously, he just kind of doesn't lean against it. He just kind of ticks back a bit. Well, there was one time I was making a hot and fast run by Hasbing, and I got a little too close to that little island that floats outside of it. I'm telling y'all, I ain't never felt a fear down my spine like that.
Oh, you ran into it as well.
So
We
I'm
don't talk about that one.
I saw something.
Surprised you're still alive.
Yeah, because I have a fast ship.
I
Had.
mean, it
I
it
was
explains
about
our
to ask,
winter.
it's
You
probably
can see
gone by now.
immediately his mood changes. Just
Yeah.
yeah.
He's like, it's my pride and joy.
Joy.
Try to just pats him on the shoulder again. I get that.
But you, I just realized. Puts his hand on your shoulder. That's why you're here.
Why? Which part?
Makes sense.
Which part?
Don't worry.
No.
And he's
You
like,
didn't
He
say
just
that.
he squints his eyes.
Mhm.
Which part?
He's here.
He, who, he, which one?
Wait,
Oh.
he
Oh.
he Huh? What?
Oh.
Huh?
Wait,
He's
are
here?
you saying who I think
Your
you're saying?
captain is here.
He doesn't
Uh,
remember
he's-
his captain.
He blinks a couple of times.
You,
Who?
No,
You-
don't worry about it,
don't.
Dragons.
We'll explain in a
Yep.
little
He
bit.
looks very confused. Like, you,
so,
Captain Breeze, the menace of the seas, the
Zahn
scoundrel.
just
Right.
goes like
He don't.
he hit his head really hard and lost a few memories.
Right, it's just a few memory problems.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Perhaps
Yeah.
re-meeting him will jog his
Can
memory.
you take us to
Well,
this
yeah,
guy?
I mean, and he kind of points across the entirety of the lake. He's over there.
Right. So
Drac just turns and looks over. And he just squints again. He's like, I don't recognize him.
You at this distance,
Probably
you can
can't see him.
barely make out structures.
He's still gonna do it anyway, just
Yeah.
for hell of it. He's just like, I don't recognize him.
So probably go re-meet him at some point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
it seems
But-
we'll have the time to.
Before we get too far,
Hmm.
It's break time.
we need to get you to see the chief.
Right.
Yeah, it's
Well, we'll find out a lot of things.
Don't worry, the keeper is very nice.
the keeper.
Yeah, they call her the keeper of the flame. It's just a man.
Right.
Yeah, that one sounds important. We'd like to see that one.
Right.
Right.
Very
Well,
much.
let's get going. It's not close.
Right. Let's go.
Okay.
And you notice, like, as you've gotten further away from the stone structure, it looks like some of it may have been excavated to be repurposed, but mostly the structures here are wood and cloth. The temperature is beautiful. The light is just right. The lake right here. There's not a lot of need for, like, hefty structural supports. Zahn, this all looks pretty familiar to you.
Yep. Like,
and to
yep.
most of you, as you look around, this is very reminiscent of the same kind of, I wouldn't say quick to bring down and put back up, but more permanent, mostly lumber and cloth buildings.
Yeah.
And they start to lead you around. And we'll go to break. I'm gonna go say it's 7:34 technically, but we'll go with 7:35, and we'll come back in 10 minutes.
All right.
We're gonna get some snacks. You should do the same thing. We'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Welcome back, everybody. Thank you for hanging out during our snack break. I went and got some unnamed graham cracker little shaped treats of the chocolate flavor because I love chocolate. That's right now. The greatest ice cream I've ever had was actually custard, and there's a place down for me where you can get chocolate custard, and I can have them mix in marshmallow fluff.
Ooh.
Nice.
Oh, buddy, let me tell you, stuff is good.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you guys go and snack on?
I just had my dinner.
I
Rice and beans with chicken.
Vampire juice.
Vampire juice.
Vampire
Mhm,
juice.
mhm.
Thank
Vampire
you,
juice.
carry on.
Oddly, I did not have popcorn today.
Oh,
I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Mom,
And
It's the
I,
end of the world.
I had a corn dog.
Ooh, I love corn dogs though.
Yeah, they're real
Mustard or
good.
ketchup?
Ketchup. So sorry.
Anyways.
Mustard is disgusting. I'm
You're
so
disgusting.
Sorry.
Brandon,
Uh,
bringing you to
I went to a
HR.
5-year-old with my argument.
Don't worry, Nix. I back you on this. I don't like mustard either.
Thank you.
David,
Like, I'll
mustard
have
or
it-
ketchup?
I will have it on my hot dogs and my burgers if we're at a barbecue. But normally,
dog.
just ketchup.
Oh yeah.
Nutmeg.
I'm gonna go off the rails
Oh,
and say garlic mayo.
Solid.
that's actually real solid. Yeah.
It's
Can't argue with that.
delicious.
Yeah. It's not
Miss
mustard,
Meatloaf?
so you're okay.
See, I'm that weird person that does ketchup and mayo for burgers and then does just ketchup and relish for hot dogs.
My hot dogs are usually pretty hefty amount of mustard with relish.
Mm.
Unless
More
you tell me I
mustard
can
for
have a
you.
chili dog, and that chili dog is going to have only a few things. It's going to have dog, chili, and the bun and cheese.
Onion? Tell me you put onion on it.
If it's available, yes.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Food things aside.
Mhm. Right.
So, you're being led around a very large lake where you can see there are a couple of wooden vessels within them fishing. Not very large, maybe 2-3 people. But as you head around, it's maybe a 10 more minutes before you get to more of those, again, not quickly built, but a little more just lumber and cloth buildings and structures. You see individuals who are kind of looking, and they see you and they just smile and raise a hand as a wave. Most of them are wearing very plain, loose clothing, as it is a very nice temperature place to live. It's just a very simple, most of them just one long robe, typically. But everyone make a perception check for me.
Oh, goody.
Oh boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna be using a sorcery point.
No.
That's not much better.
Drackix.
I got. This is how to go. The 16.
Levigazon.
Same. I got a 16.
Red.
14.
Eva.
16.
Doctor.
19.
Doctor, the 19. And then also, and pretty much everyone but Red, sorry.
Yep, that's fine.
You all notice that somewhere on their clothing or woven into their hair, so it appears to be a feather.
any specific coloring or color doesn't matter? Just a feather.
The coloring is typically some sort of like faded brown. You
Is
see
it
some
same color?
that-
Oh no, I didn't see it. Never mind.
Yeah, you may see some that. That's not everyone. They either have a couple of the following things, but everyone has something. It's either the feather,
Mm-hmm.
or you can see that they have like an earring or a pendant. Looks very reminiscent to you, Drakix. It looks like someone just reached onto your shoulder and plucked off a scale. Or you can see they have what this appears to be, and Doctor, you pick up on this one. The rest of you just notice they have some kind of beaded ornament. But Doctor, you notice it is 4 beads of 4 varying sizes. The largest, there's a large bead, and then it goes down a size, down a size, down a size, down a size, until it
Okay.
ends. They're typically of a kind of bluish color.
Okay, so from what I'm observing, I can take in that they have something to resemble each of the 3 uh, individuals who sacrificed their immortality: dragon, the phoenix, and the djinn. The beads being the djinn, probably.
That is a safe guess.
Okay.
Eventually, as you get to this place, and again, you see some people, no one approaches you, but everyone smiles, gives a wave. They see you're with this individual. They don't seem to be alarmed or alerted by you. Eventually, you do get to what looks to be some kind of a 1 stone structure. It's not very large, maybe enough for 2 bedrooms, but it is a single stone structure that has been built into the side of one of these sharp, jagged points that looks like a mountain's peak or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There is a very simple cloth drawn over it as a door, and on the sides of the threshold and then up, it actually looks like a kind of in a downward flap of a wing creature. The keystone of the doorway is this kind of 3-dimensional peaked bird, and then as the wings come down, they become the stone.
Impressive.
Galen kind of stops before he goes to knock. Yeah, there's places like this all over. Not a lot. Most of it's back that way. And he points towards. Basically, as you look at it now, it is a large area covered by just rubble. And as you all kind of look at it, you all follow it up this peak. You can realize that you can see there are pillars or connection waypoints that reach out of this higher jagged area, upwards of 60, 70, 80 feet. Right. Well, and he pulls a dagger off his belt in the sheath. And he just uses the wooden part to pum 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 against the stone. And he toughs it back. Hello? Yes, Flamekeeper. There has been new arrivals? Oh. One moment. And just a few minutes pass before the door is pushed aside, the cloth moved, and out steps a tall individual, probably about 6 feet. At least tall to most of you, not all of you. They have this familiar long, pointed ears and a pair of golden eyes. They have no pupils. They have no sclera. The entire eye is a consistent, dull gold shimmer. They have this kind of strands of bright, almost platinum blonde hair, very simple, plain clothing you've seen everybody else wearing. And they do have a bit of a staff that they walk with. And at the top of it, there is a 3-point claw holding a flame, all of it carved from a single piece of wood.
The claw look avian or draconic?
Give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, great. We're using a sorcery point because this is important. Cool. Yeah, cool. So I'm going to change my dice. It's a 13.
It's a 13.
Yep.
Okay. The 13, as you're looking at it, being this close,
Mm-hmm.
you can see one claw appears to be avian. The other looks draconic.
Mm-hmm.
And then the third bit, as you look and kind of really peer in, it's not a claw. It's an opposable thumb.
Right. Interesting.
Well then, certainly interesting to see such a group arrive. Thank you, Galen. And Galen kind of looks. You're welcome. I'm gonna go over there.
Drac just goes like,
Galen-
"Yeah, we'll see you back at the." Points back to the actual pillar. We'll meet you over there in a little when we're done. Drac expected that. He just knows where to meet them, and he's just like, yeah, he's gonna be gone.
Yeah.
This is par for the course for them. So
Red.
Yep.
Make a wisdom saving throw.
God dang it.
remember,
+4.
+4.
Plus 4. Plus 4.
4.
Got it. Huh. Okay, that's a 15.
15?
Yes.
That's a failure.
Okay, great. What happens?
As you look at this humanoid individual, something about the eyes, even though there is no pupil to
Mhm.
see, there is an intensity behind them that is horrifically familiar. As your memory yanks you out of your body, and you find yourself in a cube. But the cube isn't complete. There's only 5 walls. In front of you, you can see where the 5th wall is. It's laying down on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
And you can see, standing just outside of it, the exact same individual that stands before you now. As they raise their staff. And they look at you. Again, no pupils, but you know they're looking at you. They speak 2 final words to you. Thank you. And the wall comes up. You fall unconscious.
Shit. Okay, cool. She's like,
You drop like a sack of potatoes.
cool. Excellent.
Drac is just going to go grab her off
Okay.
the ground, or unless Grazan gets her first. That's fine.
It's okay. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Yeah, he's just going to grab her, pick her up. I was like, can we step inside? I think this is a conversation better to be had in.
Certainly. Is she well?
Doc's, examining her as Drac has her over his shoulder, probably.
She's had a
For-
stressful trip.
For the most part. And he's really just kind of like princess carrying her currently.
Yeah. Doc, make a
Like-
medicine check.
Medicine check. All right.
I need to know
Yeah,
exactly
he's
what
not
you're
gonna
checking.
he's not gonna toss her over his shoulder. He's just
Yeah,
currently.
he's not going to just
cradling her.
fireman over it. and just like,
Yeah,
all right, well, let's go.
She's light enough. It's fine.
And he's just princess carrying her as
You
a.
would probably do it to him, so.
Yeah, that is fair.
Absolutely.
21.
21. What are you checking?
Consciousness. Whether her pupils are still responsive, that kind of
Unconscious.
stuff.
People
Get dilated. Basically, like her brain's still showing. I want to make sure
Heart rate?
brain still showing
Fast.
activity. Yep. Well,
Um,
she's just unconscious, so
That's I have
she'll be all right.
somewhere inside, and they hold the cloth aside, and you can head in.
Mm-hmm. There, Drac is going to take her in. Probably with Ava like right on his tail,
Okay.
and maybe Cass like sitting on his tail.
Sounds
Okay.
like you have too many people, and she just takes Cass. Like, Eva, I'll make sure she doesn't get into trouble.
Do you
Like
head
he-
inside though?
Yeah, everybody should head inside. He expects everybody to follow.
Does everybody head inside?
Zahn looks at Eva. Do you want me to bring her inside, or do you want us to wait out here? I don't know if she should see this, or it's up to you. You're a
Gives
child.
on a very knowing side eye of you would help her cause trouble.
No, look, I can, not cause trouble if I want to. We can just sit
You're
out here.
fine. I'm just messing with you.
I know.
Have
Everybody
fun
heads inside?
outside.
Okay. Zahn and Cass are
Cass.
staying out.
Okay.
No swimming in the lake.
The individual looks. There's room if you want to come in.
Child.
Right. And they just go in. Those of you that did head inside notice that the first area of stonework you can see from the outside does not end when it hits the wall of this rocky face. It continues further in with similar hand-carved stonework you've seen outside, as this appears to be some kind of structure within this hard rock peak itself. There are small sconces lit, providing just enough light to be seen. And the individual you had just met kind of moves in past you this way. And they take you past what looks to be like a simple antechamber. You can see there has been a room that's been refitted with very basic carpentry, probably not even that well made carpentry items like chairs, tables, and they move further past and they take you to like a bench that looks like it's incredibly well made and does not belong with the rest of us. Here, and he quickly throws a blanket down to make it somewhat comfortable.
And then Drac is going to lay her down. Probably end up using his tail as a pillow for her. And sits nearby, even if it's on the ground. Just so that way when she wakes up, the first thing she's probably going to see is the back of Drac's head. And she's like, what the fuck?
I imagine the entire travel Doc is doing that whole medicine check throughout the thing.
Yeah.
And once a Doc's satisfied, she'll wake up on her own. She seems to be going through a memory, potentially.
At least we came through. We found what we were looking for, if that is the case.
You were looking for something here.
Well, here in general, honestly.
I see.
We're like Galen. We followed a stupid coin and our ship started doing weird things.
Yes, Galen. He may be here for some time.
He may be, but not anyone else.
If you arrived through this coin you speak of, then it is dependent upon the reason of your journey. I take it, and he looks over the crew. Someone here found the coin in an unexpected place. Perhaps a card game you weren't sure of, or something scavenged or found, or just one day you woke up and it was in your hand.
The coin has consciousness, like actually?
Not so much the coin. And he just puts his staff on the ground and lets go, and it doesn't move.
So this place has a form of
That would
sentience.
depend why you're here.
If I may, how are you here? You're full elf, aren't you?
And with that notion, he swipes his hand, and you watch as the stonework over the door lid goes on. Closes.
I'm okay with this.
Well, Cass, you're gonna learn how to swing an axe.
If my child had to learn from someone, it would be the strongest one.
That is fair.
Hey.
We are going to make the most well-rounded fighter that has ever
Ever.
existed.
She's a rogue
Definitely-
assassin that has points in intimidation, charisma, and somehow intelligence.
Uh-huh.
We'll have to make her stat blocks in.
She's gonna be
Right.
she's gonna be a mix of fighter, Eldritch Knight, and rogue arcane trickster somehow.
Yep.
Mhm. Yeah.
But what do you all do once that happens? As he does that, then he just like looks at you.
Remains unconscious, apparently.
Remains unconscious. Yes, you're unconscious.
Yep. Mhm.
Drax just looks at him, just been like,
Was that necessary?
Yes.
you
Kind of tilts his
realize.
head in a bit of a curious method.
Drax just like looks at him, it's like, you realize that we have not come in here with ill intentions, as none of us have raised a weapon.
Also,
Doesn't
you're
matter.
not the first elf we've met.
Interesting.
Technically, definitely not, as we also saw the remnants of them on the
Well,
due to
living elf. We clarify.
So you are aware of what keeps the islands afloat.
Yes.
Eva
Yes, and
looks
what
at
Reese is
each-
kind of also doing. Yes.
Eva looks at each member of her party and is giving them a death stare.
It's bound to come up, you know this.
Drax just looks over and plain as day. This is practically no knowledge to any elf other than the Reese stuff. So it's fair. They would actually know
Assuming
that
they're
we know.
actually an elf. I was hoping to see if they were or not.
And with the strangest of, but not vile, but very this weird twist of joyous and curiosity, they kind of walk over to you, Eva, and they bend down a bit and they turn one of their ears towards you. Go ahead.
I don't trust the physical. Changelings exist.
This is true. Then I guess you'll just have to believe me.
Again, which is why I asked the question, how are you still here? As far as everyone else is aware, all of the elves just vanished.
Well, as you know, that's not true.
How are you
We should
here
wake your
and
friend
not...
first. And they head over to what looks to be a very decently well-made pot, like a tea pottery set. And they waft their finger a bit, and you watch as a bit of a flame opens underneath it. So, your friend, do they faint often?
When intensity is involved.
Typically, she makes everybody else faint.
Does it take time for them to recover?
Depending.
Depends.
Well, then we will wait.
Doc will try to hit his best to, awake Red.
Okay. What do you do?
I have smelling salts.
I was hoping you said that. You pull out. You all watch as the doctor pulls out this small, like 2-inch vial with a little cork stopper on it, and kind of holds it away from himself. And
I
at
don't have a
full
mask anymore.
length, he holds it close to Red's nose and pulls the cork off. Red, you jolt into consciousness. This horrific stench in your nostrils.
Immediately cork it back, put it away.
Her eyes instantly track to this elf.
He is pouring tea.
And is he looking at her?
No, he's pouring tea. His
Just,
back
like,
isn't to you. He's
face-
just like,
Okay.
yeah, like let's say a 45. You
Okay.
can tell he's pouring tea.
Okay. She will subtle cast message to Eva. He locked me away. He's the reason for some of this, at least. I saw his face as he closed the cube on me.
I can't subtle cast, so
You can still reply.
You can reply. I believe it is all mental.
It's
Message is
message.
not.
a tiny whisper.
Message is
A
a
whisper.
whisper. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
You may whisper.
she'll, instead of responding, she'll kind of just clock the information and put a hand on her shoulder.
The
I'm
individual
sorry.
turns around with a full, large tray of hot, fresh tea. And he just sets it down. Well then, glad to see you awake. He takes a cup, just seemingly at random, picks it up, and he takes a seat. Well then, as you are all aware, there was a time when something came to this place. Well, and he just kind of looks down to the place we were once. It's still, hopefully, don't know, but I would hope it is still taught that at one time all the lands were connected, and there was more land than ocean, and there was no cloud ocean. It was real oceans of water. Vast, incredible.
Ancient
But-
history, but yeah.
Some of the terms aren't really taught anymore. Mainly like water, oceans, and stuff like that.
Something broke out. Horrific entity. It's known only as the Everhunger. It is known to simply consume, with nothing but an end in sight. No one knows if it has a will of its own, or if it's some horrific thing left over from a time before even the Pantheon was established. When it broke free, many tried to fight it. Many lost. In the short time it took for this thing to swallow the ocean, it was almost how we view this teacup. He just takes a little sip. Options for survival became slim. Thankfully, some came forward. 3 incredible creatures. An incredibly powerful and ancient dragon, a Jinn of some renown, and a phoenix. With their 3 souls, we were able to fashion a new barrier. Unfortunately, it had to be larger. Something that could keep the ever-hunger at bay and give everything in the material world a chance. There was still the problem of powering our escape. That was not... No one knew what could have happened that day. No one. I'm thankful and regretful that I was not available when my blood tried to leave to the Feywild. They were intercepted, placed in those stone coffins, and forced to be a fuel cell. I've had some time in this place to think. I'm not sure if I'm regretful, thankful, or just numb to it all. But if there's still life up there, then there is still hope.
You said the ever-hungering broke out, but where did it come from before it broke out?
And he kind of sets his cup down. What do you all know of this world before it was this world?
Hardly
Well,
any of it.
I do know a fair bit, mostly through my own research. It was a very large landmass, from what I understand. Not too dissimilar to the dimension we went to, or I went to. But I don't know the specifics of dynamics, race, and who was in charge, who had power. That wasn't something that was important, I would say, at the time, to me. And what I do know is remnants of it still linger in the dream realm.
I'm talking about before even then. There was a time, according to legend, that the space that surrounds what this world is was complete pandemonium. The elements ran wild, and everyone was fighting for their own slice of space. Through their wars, fire and earth made a home. Wind and water cultured life. As they fought, things survived. Eventually, Pantheon as we know it came to this place and established an order. They erected the veil that separates the worlds now. But where there is order, there is always a balance. Seeing as there was such great works and structures completed, the Everhunger came. And it was contained. The first time by the Pantheon. Unfortunately, due to the nature of the beast, it consumed quite a portion of their power. I feel that this is why the second time managed to break out. Others had to rise to the task of being the barrier.
So you speak as if you were there, and from my knowledge, it was only a little over 200 years ago, which, from my knowledge of elves, is very possible. You could have been there.
I was.
Were the entities willing to do the sacrifice? I know the elves were not.
You speak of the three.
Yes. Mostly out of my own curiosity, but anywhere I've had reference or heard reference, it's been vague of whether they were willing to or not.
He kind of looks you up and down. I see it could be difficult for someone of your measure, and apologize, I do not mean this as an insult. Short lifespan. But when faced with absolute annihilation of everything, it is not difficult to see that they were willing.
I'm inciting that.
Make an insight check.
Yeah, she's using a sorcery point.
How to make red burn through her sorcery points.
And I have one help die left, right?
No,
Yeah,
you used
I
it
think.
earlier.
I used it already. Okay, cool. That's a 17.
17?
Yep.
Appears to be telling the truth.
um she's gonna go through so many sorcery points. Hold on, let me see. Let me take stock of how. Oh, she still has her 4.
Yeah.
Okay. She is going to subtle cast prestidigitation
Mm-hmm.
and waft her scent in his direction, keeping a close eye on his reaction.
Okay. Again, while there are no pupils to be had,
Mm-hmm.
you feel the weight of his stare upon you.
Red has been given a help dice.
Thank you. Are you quite sure they were willing? All 3 of them?
He looks at you curiously. Again. And he takes his hand to his side, and the staff where it had been shoots to his grasp. You cannot be
And yet I am. Not whole, but I exist.
Interesting.
Interesting. What's interesting for you is tragic for me.
Yes. You seem angrier than I remember.
Really. Tell me everything about that day. You know the day I mean.
Make an intimidation check.
Yeah, we're re-rolling that. Holy shit. I do need to swap out my dice. Oh my god. All right. We're gonna use a help dice on that. Oh, come on, roll better. Nope, of course not. That's a 13.
13.
Yep. There's no advantage or anything.
May I help her?
How do you help her?
As he leans forward to get a cup of coffee, his hand goes over his rapier and immediately turns it into lightning and just goes, "Do as the lady wishes. I really want her to get what she asked for." And he's just going to lean back, getting after, turning it into living lightning next to him, and just starts sipping his tea.
Okay.
He just stares at him. And
Roll again.
Okay. God. She has. Oh, thank goodness. Can I keep my one that adds on to it?
Sure.
Oh, that's a 26.
Okay. You push this force of presence forward.
Mm-hmm.
Drakix, as you cause this to happen, you notice, you feel something around your ankle.
he's going to look down.
The chair has grown vines and has wrapped itself around your ankle. Not tight, just there. As he looks from you, Drakix, back to Red. Well, I'm not certain how you are here, but you said fractured.
I'm certainly not whole, otherwise I wouldn't be asking the questions I am.
Fractured how?
Fractured how? I remember nothing.
I see.
I have a fragment of memory of you closing me in. I do remember you thanking me, but I don't remember how I was feeling or anything else. I don't know.
You certainly don't have the same face you had then,
Certainly not.
but you have the same fire in those eyes. But on that day, it was like piercing behind a veil and seeing for the first time you were faced with your death. The ritual that was to turn your soul into a raw arcane power, as you know, was to be one of three.
Right.
An ever consistent, ever resurrecting, and ever revitalizing barrier to keep the ever hunger at bay. There's not a day that goes by where the three of you don't find my nightmares. But in that same hand, thousands live and breathe. Hundreds of thousands. Do I agree with the methods? No. Do I wish every day more time had been had to figure something out? Of course. But survival on a timeline never ends well.
How so?
What was that?
How so? What kind of effects?
What do you mean?
Well, from the sound of it, it sounds like she shouldn't be here. She shouldn't have resurrected.
No, that is the most curious part. But
Which means her being here is not a part of the intended outcome of the magic that is currently keeping your ever hungering at bay.
I
no,
have
he
a
stands up and
I have a
he
theory.
goes to a bookshelf.
Which means there are some consequences that have to happen from that, right?
And he's grabbing a book, thumbing through it, and just drops it. Grabs another one, thumbs through it.
I have
Just
a
know that-
theory that could explain this.
Eventually, he finds one, thumbs through it, and comes back to you all. What is your theory?
It has to do with the island of Reese, or known as Reese. I don't know how long ago they did this, but they have been attempting to siphon the power of the Devourer through the barrier. I don't know how long it's been going on.
That
But
would be most dangerous.
They have seen some fruition in their efforts of recently. So maybe
think.
that, well, less think, more know at this point.
Right. And he sets the book down on the table and read. You immediately notice the depiction upon it. But it looks more complex on paper, almost like a tesseract. Yes, here. The ritual was designed to entomb,
Hmm.
put you in a slumber, and as needed, refill and regenerize the barrier. We figured it out with the three of you placed around once our planet. Still is a planet, I guess, but anyways. The three of you placed around it, it could take a very small tithe every time the Everhunger consumed, and it could keep it contained indefinitely. But if you're here,
Your
maybe
barrier seems to be without a power source. Or an
not
incomplete one.
necessarily. If you're fractured, as you say, have
Right.
you... I do apologize if this question seems out of line. And I believe I know the answer, but I must ask. Have you any of your former strength?
She will light herself on fire. Some. Not all of it by any means. Probably not even half, a fourth. I don't know. I honestly don't know.
In that case, it could be so many unknowns, but the Phoenix in specific, its entire existence, its lore, it's about dying and reviving, dying and reviving.
Right.
Certainly, the Jinn and the dragon, they're very powerful immortal creatures, but you're not so much immortal as you are immortal. Does that make sense?
Indestructible,
Right.
unkillable,
He says
Mm,
that, and he realizes it made no sense.
No,
indestructible, unkillable.
Undying.
one life immortal, as opposed to
Right.
immortal because of several lives, infinite
Correct.
lives.
Perhaps
Unending.
when the first tithe was taken, a piece of you broke off.
Does that mean that the more tithe is taken, the more I regain?
I don't know. There's no way to quantify the strength of a soul,
Right.
but I am concerned if you're here. How is the barrier?
Probably
Not
not great.
sure.
It's weakened, at the very least.
He kind of slumps back in his chair.
Round
Nothing
3.
can stop it.
What?
Always true. Drag just takes a sip of his teacup. Solution of one time may end up being the curse of another, but over time, a solution could always be made, and if not, it's at least a stopgap for the moment. In essence, this turn around, it is our turn to either create a permanent stop or a stopgap, as you did.
Knowing
Or
that the
for
elves
me.
are powering the islands and that these three beings are being held as tithe, what progress has been made in finding a better solution? You say that this was a solution on a tight timeline, but now you've had how many decades to figure it out?
Cup almost to his mouth. He probably hasn't done anything.
He kind of gestures around. I
Less
am
of a.
limited by my
Hmm.
ability to gain resources needed for testing.
Right.
Not to mention, most people don't even know that the elves are powering the islands, and most people don't want that to get out if they do know. Because then there's
I would imagine not. Those that pulled
chaos.
that trick.
Well, there is a silver lining here. A solution could be had, though we're unsure of the source.
On a natural 20.
Uh-huh.
You watch as there's like this rapid eye movement in these two pools that are his eyes. And you can see his hand is kind of going like this, almost like it's tallying or calculating. There may be something. Maybe.
Right.
Drag is gonna look at him and be like, "We like maybes."
And he takes your cup from you, Drakus.
Or not anymore.
And then he takes Red's cups and his cup, and he clears the table. It's just the most like jumpy you've seen him since. And he takes all of your liquids and just pours out a circle on the table to make a circle. and he sets a cup upside down on the ring. Right, so if the ring is the barrier, and he sets the 3 cups down, and we have the three boxes still exist. They're real, they're physical. And he takes Eva's cup. I hope you're done with it.
She never took one to begin with.
Oh, and he just dunks it just off to the side. And he sets it like away from the barrier pretty far. And then he takes Levikazan's cup. Hope you're done with it.
Yeah, here.
I didn't even have
outside
one.
here.
She's been outside this entire time.
Oh yeah, you're not there. That's right.
Yeah. Doc
Take
never
Doc.
So
grabbed
we
his.
Doc's up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Doc never grabbed his.
Okay. He sets it upside down further away. Right, so if we have the 3 boxes, and then he pushes 2 away and just keeps 1, we have yours. The ritual site is here. If I can get you to it, maybe I can forge a connection to the you that's still in the box. And with that, maybe we could figure out the strength and the progress of the barrier and how much time we have before it breaks. If we can get that, then we can start figuring out what to do next.
I've already
Don't
started
know
on
if
the.
it will restore any of your power, because the nature of the box is designed to divert your power into the barrier. But if I can link you to it, there's a chance you could sense where the barrier's at.
I do
Right.
have a concern about that.
Yes, that is a lot of calculations.
Not only that, there is a factor that might influence the effects.
What?
Her blood is contaminated.
What do you mean?
Doc will pull out the vial of black ichor
Mhm.
that he's been carrying. This is what I believe to be a piece of the Devourer. Its essence, if you would. It is mixed with her blood.
Are you certain of this?
I will pull out a syringe. Because he has his still syringe still.
Yeah.
Jill, offer her arm.
It's just like,
It's at this point, I feel like it's just like a weekly doctor's visit for all of us. It's like, hey, we need to just make sure. Like,
Right. I
are
gotta
you
keep
still
running my test, guys.
contaminated?
Come on.
Exactly.
I'll draw enough blood out of her for the experiment. I have empty vials, and I'll inject hers into the empty vial to show
Okay.
that it's mixed.
There is no trace of what you're looking for.
What? None.
None.
When did that happen?
Sometime between when you saw it and now.
Clearly, but
We'll also say you notice as you hold the syringe,
Mhm.
it is warm.
Oh,
Oh, I know what happened.
I do too now.
Mm-hmm.
Well, she's my concern is no longer a concern, as she's purified herself by burning it away.
You used this box before to siphon her into the barrier, correct?
Yes. If things are working as intended, her, I don't even know. I'll speak in what I believe to be true. There should still be a physical body within the box for each of them. And the box is designed to, unfortunately, much like that which powers the cities, to drain from that life force convert it into a pure, raw, arcane force, and then it places it into the arcane requirement for the spell, and that creates the barrier.
So, what's to say that she doesn't connect with her essence, other self that is still in the box? And she points to red. This one is not drawn into that one.
I don't know.
Right.
So she could just, and evil light just
Vanish.
goes like poof.
We're talking about a realm that is not within the arcane, but we certainly tried to force it.
Right. Well, either way, we need to get some kind of measurement on it, to get some kind of handle on it, so that I can be whole again and this whole ever hunger can have a permanent solution.
Agreed.
Question. As Drac would just be like at this point, just more of a out of curiosity. Do you still have records of where the other two boxes are?
Of course.
Because if anything, we could always go looking for them, bring them back here, if they're not here, in order to get a better understanding of what's going on.
I don't think you understand the scale of the boxes, Drackix. We're
Right. And
talking
there's
about entire
No,
rooms.
that's. But as he said, the fact that there's a way to connect to them, which means that there must be a physical manifestation here somewhere in order to reach out and connect. And at least that's the way that I would hope that you would have done it, but I don't know.
All right. Well, my cell, because that's what it was, is at least 6 feet by 6 feet. It's more a really large enclosed room than a box.
Each box was 10 feet by 10 feet by 10.
Oh, 10. Well, there you go. What was the 6 foot by? I don't know. Maybe I just misjudged the size.
That may have been how it was perceived, perhaps, if you are fractured.
Possibly. Either way, whether I get sucked in or not, it still needs to happen. And this is the best plan we've got. So that I can eventually be whole.
If you intend on being whole again, it will have to be after a permanent solution is found for the Everhunger.
Right, I'm aware.
There's like a sigh of relief.
No, still not 100% sure if I actually was willing, but it doesn't change the way things are at present.
You don't believe you would sacrifice?
I don't know. I don't know a lot. I don't remember anything.
Drac under his breath. She's way too prideful. She would never have done it willingly.
I don't know.
I understand. Excuse me. I do not mean to misspeak. I will never understand where you are mentally, as you are fractured. But for what little it is worth, the you that I knew placed its value versus all of existence I understand it's not easy to understand who you are. I am grateful. And I look forward to maybe sleeping a little better at night if I can get you to be you while still keeping the ever hunger at bay.
I don't know, perhaps. Does sound rather unfortunately like who I am now.
That must be Eve. As he looks around, he's just like, man, I kind of wanted some more of that tea, but he just leaves it alone.
Oh, of course, this won't be anything.
It was actually really good tasting. But
We
also,
can't
that's
fix
probably
this
Eva's
today. And he
influence.
closes the book,
No, we
and
understand.
you see he looks towards the door. Oh my. Is your friend
Right.
worried much? And he makes a hand wave. Zahn, what have you been doing for like 20, 30 minutes? I'm sorry to leave you out of the scene, but you were outside.
Hey, it's fine. I feel like her and Cass were just like, well, the door's shut, and they're like,
Yeah,
well,
let's rewind a bit and just
What you doing?
right. Okay. We're not gonna worry about that, first off.
That was cool. The door closed itself.
I know, right? It's so cool. Doors can do that.
Man, mom just go to
Yeah.
fun places.
I know, right? We're stuck out here. But
No.
you know what there is around here?
What?
Things to do.
Like what?
I don't know. Let's find out.
Let's find out.
And she's gonna put Cass on her shoulders, like, that is the safest place for her to be right now.
Yep.
Yep.
I'd
She's just
say
gonna start walking.
about, it's honestly fairly close as the water, like 30, 40 feet.
Oh yeah, they're going to the water.
Yeah, you can see there is, no one's currently net fishing, but you can see they are like, there's like fairly well set up, not well made, but well set up and working
Mhm.
stations to process fish.
Yep. It's like, that's fish. That's like actual water fish. Have you seen like a body of water like this before? Yeah, you have. We were, yeah.
Yeah,
That's right. Like
on your home.
on my home. But you know what? This is different because we're under the clouds.
We are.
We are. And she's gonna go up to one of the people
Mhm.
kind of cleaning a fish or whatnot.
You come up to a probably late 20s, early 30s male humanoid. Actually, male human, yeah. But again, very simple clothes, like just like an open vest, pair of shorts, no shoes.
Yep.
They have a knife in their hand that has a very rudimentary wooden handle with a couple straps around it, and they're just
Mhm.
working. I look over. Hi.
Hi. We just came down from above the clouds, but things are happening.
Shipwreck or coin?
Coin. Thank goodness. Yeah. Safe way down.
Welcome to Rock's Respite.
Rock's Respite. Interesting. Thank you. We're
course.
new here, and
I can tell.
yeah. I'm from Hasbing. I've seen lakes, but
That's a place.
that is a place. It is a place, just like Rock's Respite is a place. Yep. Is it safe to go in the water?
Oh yeah, don't go all the way to the bottom because you'll go out the bottom of the bubble.
Okay, noted.
You got like 60 feet.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, she can't swim that far. I don't know that she can even swim. I'll keep her in my hands. Okay, thanks. We're gonna go swimming for a bit, or
Yeah.
put our feet in the water, because yep. I don't know what else to do. We're kind of
You hungry?
yeah. Cass, are you hungry?
Snacks.
Snacks.
The universe releases a heavy sigh.
Drax Wallet, even though he's not paying attention to it, cries slowly.
Yeah. As you can look over, there is a small fire with like 4 or 5 fish in it.
Do we have? Do you do trade? Do you do gold?
Not sure what that is.
Are
And he
you
just
from?
hands you 2.
Oh, thank you.
Oh yeah, I was born and raised here.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Mhm.
Weird. So you guys just like descended in the clouds when all the shit happened, and it just,
Descended.
or I guess stayed. I don't
Oh.
know.
You don't know anything about this place.
No,
Oh,
it's
we didn't make it that far. Ran out of
Oh.
magic.
oh,
Yeah.
weird.
Thankfully,
You know,
some people did come through and tried to bargain their way out. We didn't know how to help them, but
Yeah.
they ended up staying, and they got us a couple of really nice things. It kind of points to the water. Can you believe that's from a different plane of existence?
You know, I can.
It just keeps pouring out.
Yeah, that's
We had to
kind
dig
of
a
how
waterfall over there, and he like points over like way off the side. You can see there is a
Yeah.
bit like where the island is more of a bit of a horseshoe. It's the whole
Mhm.
thing is mostly a circle,
Yeah.
but the mountains themselves you can see where they kind of stop, and you can see where there's no grass on the far side. It just drops
Mhm.
off.
Huh.
Yeah, don't go swimming over there either.
Yeah, no, we have one of those on Hosbing too. It just falls into the here. Not
Yep.
here, but yeah.
Yeah,
So, yeah. Weird world we live in, isn't it?
yeah. That's all I know.
Yep. Exactly. So you guys can't go back up?
Nope,
Can we go back up?
don't know.
Alrighty, we're gonna make the
What?
most of it.
If you came by coin, there's
Uh-huh.
they always say the coin brings you because you're looking for something.
Yes, I don't think I'm looking for anything in particular, nor is Cass, but we have friends that are looking for things, so it's probably one of
Well-
us.
I'd make sure you were around your friends when they found what they're looking for.
Right. Noted. Thank you.
Yep.
Yep. Thanks for the fish. We're gonna go in the lake.
All right. Name's Jet.
Jet, I'm Zan. This gas.
Hi, Zon. Hi, Cass. Hi.
Alrighty, Cass. Ready to stick your feet in some weird water
Yeah.
and eat some fish.
Yeah. She's already chewing.
Perfect.
No,
And then she's going.
If my child gets fucking salmonella, I am going to end you.
She's not gonna let her go swimming. She's just gonna, stick the feet in the water and then be like, okay, let's learn how to hold a hand axe. Properly.
You get to about that point, and you hear.
Right, we're gonna tuck that away.
it's like as her finger starts to touch it, the stone. She's like, no. That's not actually.
We'll save that for another time.
Oh.
Our secret. But you'll get to learn one day.
Make a wisdom saving throw. Versus her
What?
pouty face.
I have advantage on this.
Do you, or is it disadvantage? Because it's
Yeah.
Cass.
Uh-huh.
Oh, that's true. That's a 21.
Okay, you look like, oh, that's a cute kid, but
It's a cute
I don't want to
kid.
get yelled at.
No. No. Not today. Oh,
At
look,
this
the
point-
door's opening, Cass.
And the individual inside has been quickly making a new batch of tea for you.
Shall I go fetch Zahn and Cass?
One of us should. It should be you.
I'll go.
She'll get here faster if it's you.
Doc will head outside and
The time you get out there, you get Cassandra and Levikazani. Everybody gets back in. The tea is done, and he pours everyone a cup and sets it down. Again, it's not something that can be solved in a day. It will take me time to figure out the arcane components and the glyphs.
if you would like some assistance with it, I can offer you what I know.
Oh, are you learned practitioner?
Yes, I am.
Oh, I believe that could help speed things along.
If we ever need supplies, Ricky, just let me know. And we'll make sure to drop them off over time.
Some things will be needed, but I'm unsure if they still exist.
If it is, I'm pretty sure I can find it. Or I'll make sure that a little hunter that's here also helps me find it.
Well, there was a ritual particular tribe had. They could commune with the dream realm, and I've been thinking that would probably be the best way to get past the cube. The cube itself is nearly impenetrable on the material plane, but if we can find a way to force ourselves into the dream realm, we could possibly get past that barrier.
Are you experienced with this dream realm?
No, I just have some dealings with it, but not a lot.
Are you able to guide into the dream realm?
No, I could use arcane to calculate a path, but guiding? No, that is not my area of expertise in that place.
Because dreams are kind of my specialty. And
Right.
we have
Are they?
the friend outside is also very dream related.
About the sounds Levikazan comes walking in as you hear that dream related. You're on mute.
Hi.
Drac is
see.
going to ask if the plant is the one that Zahn currently has, I think, one batch of in her bag.
Yeah. No, we have it's on the ship.
Oh, so he's going to describe
Well,
it for you.
over the 16 days, would we have been able to grow more?
You could have started it, but not more.
Yeah.
I'm not a druid, so can't speed
Yeah.
that up.
Yeah.
So he's going to describe a fully grown plant for him, if that is the correct one.
Yes, I'm incredibly surprised it made it through the calamity.
Well, it
technically
didn't.
didn't.
And she'll point to Doc and her. Went to a different realm and got it and brought it here, and now we're trying to plant it.
You traveled to a different realm?
Dreams again.
Dream,
Just
Through the dream realm.
dream realm into a different world entirely, different material plane.
It is possible.
some very, very powerful magic.
Yes,
There
it was
one
not by our choice.
before the Everhunger came loose. There was one that was theorizing we could harness the dream realm, even build in it, and use it to make bridges and doorways between. But
Which one?
Somewhat been done.
Incredible.
only the rich have them, obviously. They're luxurious,
Right.
but they're their own personal space. They can have whatever they want them.
Such magic should not be limited by those of wealth.
I would agree with this, though you do not need wealth to learn how to use it.
True. But you say you have these plants.
They're growing on our ship,
Well,
and they're on our ship, fortunately.
up there.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of had to use them to
I
fix
can
things.
I can get to the dream realm and I can bring us to the dream realm, but I can't walk the right path. It's more of a
I could assist you with it. I have a lot of practice with you at this point.
Right, but if, and he points to you, Doctor, if you could go, and he points to you, Red, and you are the beacon, and he points to Eva, if you can break into there, I could maybe send with you the spell and the scroll you'll need to make your road.
about that. There's a little problem. My ability comes from another, and he's kind of hunting me, and he doesn't like me being in the dream realm. So, do you have any way of fighting vampires?
No. But maybe I could mask you. All of you or just you?
I believe just her would
Well,
be
if
enough.
if
We think it's just her, but also since the last couple of times we've all been with her, and
He
we've
at least
all,
knows us at this point.
yeah, he
by
knows of us.
association,
Yeah.
well, they don't want these guys. They want me. But you know, when you hang around someone who's wanted, you tend to get some of the fire.
I have
No
no idea
offense,
about
love.
that.
Well, and he looks to Doctor. We may have our work. Yes.
Indeed.
Right.
And that's just to get the start of the solution going.
It is.
Well, we have nothing but time. So I guess the sooner we
Apparently, we're
start,
not
the better.
leaving anytime soon.
Right. Not until we came what we were searching, found what we were searching for.
What were we searching for, by the way?
I think that's individual.
Pretty sure it's a way to
So,
get
what was
back what
Drakic
was
searching
lost.
for?
He's on the other side of the lake, remember?
No. Drac is currently searching for a way to help Red. That was his entire thing for now. His old one, when he still had his memories intact, was to also find Breeze. It may still be in there, but that currently is not his reason for being here. His reason is to help Red.
It's not his conscious reasoning.
Yeah.
And if helping Red could get us back up to the ship, we could potentially get those herbs.
Well, okay, so we found an
Potentially.
answer to the question. We have a means of getting to the question, but we need to return to the ship. So the coin could work again to bring us back and come back down again.
I won't pretend to know how those relics work. They existed before me.
Well,
I
based
do
on
know
what you said, that's
without
a
them,
possibility.
it is too dangerous to traverse the Cloud Ocean.
I would agree with this.
Well,
Last question. Have you studied the arcane, like, extensively?
I'm fairly versed. But again, as to get further along, particular components are needed. And I ran out some time ago.
There also been some new developments within Arcane in of itself that might help you this endeavor. Not replace the components, obviously, just more rooms in a sense. Leaf tech being a thing and all.
I was just
Interesting.
curious if he had a way to get back to the ship without needing the coin.
Well, we can get 500 feet out of here. I can get us close. If we get 500 feet close to the ship, I can get 2 of us onto the ship, and then we just jump off, and then at 500 feet, I teleport back here. The broom is also an option, but not the
What level
safest.
spell is that?
4th level,
How many times can you cast 4th level spells?
twice.
How long does it take to cast?
It's an action.
Hmm
You could blink yourself up there.
I could. We have a broom of flying, and traversing that speed of 60 feet, dashing would make it 120. It's still dangerous as hell to do this.
An option, though.
It is an
Instead
option.
of, you know.
Technically could make it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've been thinking about this for a bit. I can technically, if I take my time, I can ferry people out of this place.
Mhm.
True.
It'd
I
just be
was
one
just
person
hoping
at a
maybe
time.
he
But
had a
yeah.
teleport spell up his sleeve. You know,
Yeah.
short range.
Well, now I do know. We do know someone who does, and
You
I
do?
have this sending spell now. But that's a different prospect altogether. That would take more time to set up.
Not Drac actually have been thinking about this entire time since we met said teleporter of actually putting a teleportation circle into the ship.
I
It could
will
work.
say, despite the rules of the spell, Magic Circle and Teleport Circle, I will allow it on ships.
I feel like the tech is here. The tech in the world is here to make it possible.
Correct.
But that would be a venture to do when we visit him again.
Also going to be expensive.
Yeah, Drac knows that already, and it's already crying.
Well, here's the thing.
This is
It's expensive, but we would get a finder's fee because it'd be a new technology. Just saying.
that is true.
Also, imagine the money we could make if we charged people to teleport to a ship.
Well, exactly. That's
Oh.
what I'm saying. Yeah.
Oh, trust me,
I see
Drac
that
is
spread.
listen. Drac is already thinking about it in 3 different ways. We need to smuggle gear out. Teleportation. It's already on the ship.
We
We
can
don't
also
have
have
to deal with it.
we can also have an on-off switch to it,
Mm-hmm.
so that people just can't come on when we don't want them to.
Exactly.
All right. Is there anything else you wish to discuss with this individual?
I have one thing, but I think it can wait till after we do this.
Okay.
Eva has so many questions, but she has a focus now. So,
Yeah.
Well, while I understand time's of the essence, and you want to find as much of you as you can, I think perhaps best you take some time to yourselves, and then let's come back in a few hours and start figuring out how to accomplish an impossible hope.
we're pretty good at those so far.
Seems like the impossible happens a lot around me.
I get the sense with this talented group, certainly hurdles you have quite soared over.
Also, the room method will let me make sure Bob is going hostile on us.
Very true.
Yeah.
One thing before we, bring our last source of that plant down, do you have somebody who could magically grow it?
Yes, there are those druidically inclined here.
Perfect.
good.
We'll need a lot of it.
I was going
Yeah.
to hope to take some for myself, honestly.
Of course, you know.
I believe we have plenty of seeds, so
We can
Nope.
do 80-20. 80 for us, 20% for you. Is that good?
That is more than acceptable. Thank you.
especially since he has
Damn,
druids.
Drakex.
Well, to be fair, he has druids. The 20% comes 100% for him in a day or two.
Yeah,
Right.
but also it's the fact that he's actually willing to help us. And Drac is inclined to offer a form of payment.
Mhm.
Because he knows that nothing is free in the world, and if anybody else says it's free, he knows he's going to get a blade in the back.
I mean,
And with
Zog got
that-
free fish. So.
The individual rises up to their full height. Their staff just follows along with them as they go to a bookshelf and they just move it aside. And a very ornate slab of wood kind of like flips over and comes down at like a 45-ish angle. That's basically like a drafter's desk.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure what angle it would be if someone here wants to, you know what I mean, though.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's large. It's like literally like 5 feet by 3 feet,
Mm-hmm.
and it's just edge to edge, a single piece of paper. I'm going to get started. You are welcome to this place. Speak nothing of the outside world, no matter how much they may ask. Some are shipwreck survivors, some are born and raised here. Some, like Garden, come with a coin.
What if, perchance, somebody may have already talked about the world above the clouds?
In how much detail?
Not a lot. Just, the fact that we have waterfalls and lakes and
That should be okay.
floating islands.
They're aware
Yeah.
there are
Okay.
some places, but they don't know the extent.
Do you
Of
keep it
how
that way
things-
intentionally?
I keep it that way to keep them safe. Some of them have the ability to tame some of the creatures outside and ride them. And some have been, unfortunately, consumed.
Right.
I understand it is not exactly the greatest and most benevolent approach, but it does keep them alive.
Is that also why everyone's so nice? It's kind of creepy.
Certainly is.
I apologize for the rough world you must come from. To think this is abnormal.
I'm
It's
still waiting for somebody to
paradise.
stab me in the back.
Right.
You want me to?
You'll be
No.
waiting for some time.
How likely is it for anyone else to recognize my particular scent?
No one.
No one's old enough, dear.
Right, but it could be knowledge about. Do they? Ugh, this is going to sound entirely.
Go ahead.
I don't know. Do they worship the phoenix? Because
They
that would be
worship
weird.
The sacrifice.
A sacrifice. Okay, that makes sense. And I know they're not old enough, but stories passed down.
Right.
Hey, listen, I already said you should be a freaking goddess, okay? So,
You just flatter me, love.
obviously.
With that, they will kind of bow their head to all of you, and then turn, and you just watch as they just start drafting.
I'll be by shortly after to help you.
Thank you.
We should find somewhere to rest.
You will find plenty of places that were willing to assist.
Right.
There's one interesting fellow across the lake. He has an actual wooden establishment that he built.
Ghost is here at some point.
We should probably check it out, guys.
Charge just shrugs. He still doesn't know.
Nope.
He's just like, okay, whatever. I guess we're going over there.
Okay. You all head out.
Yep.
Yeah.
As you come into the warmth of the light, you look around and all you can see, again, it's a very simple, plain village. This individual's grilling fish. This individual is just, in general, lounging about. Not much to do. It's, to them, paradise. But as you begin to make your way on the outer side of the lake, we will go ahead and end tonight's session. Well done, y'all.
Woo!
Not gonna lie, I'm actually glad the fact that we got that intimidation off.
Yes. She has freaking proficiency in it. She's got a +8. It's her best one. She still couldn't manage to roll right.
Sometimes
That's
the dice
okay.
just say no.
Yeah, true enough.
Sometimes.
Yep.
Well, did y'all have fun?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yee.
Yes.
Nice. That's what counts.
Mhm.
To
Meg,
those
I'm
of you out there
sorry.
watching, tuning in, we thank you very much. I saw we got a new follower. Yay!
Yeah.
I couldn't say it in a moment, but I saw it, and thank you for following. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
Well then, it's 9:23. Let's get these guys out of here. To all of you here, I love you very much. Go have fun, and as always, do not forget your snacks. Good night, everybody.